Did T-Mobile buy Sprint? After T acquisition mobiles of Sprint on April 1st, the number of major U.S. mobile providers dropped from 4 to 3. Until further notice. Finally, the Sprint name is no longer in use as of August 3rd. Sprint and T-Mobile customers may be concerned about the impact of the merger on their plans. New T-Mobile answered our questions directly from the horse's mouth. Despite T assurances mobiles that the purchase would increase coverage and data speeds for American customers, opponents believe that there is no clear method of holding the company accountable to its promises and that higher charges are likely. Since Sprint's demise in September, we've included fresh information. Subscribe to Wired for only $5 a year, a save of $25 for gear readers. Wired.com and our print magazine are included in the subscription price. Subscriptions help us keep doing what we love. Is my phone service with Sprint or T-Mobile or both? Although Sprint's brand was formally removed on August 3rd, you will continue to utilize the network of your old carrier while on T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network will immediately connect to Sprint customers in areas where Sprint does not have LTE coverage. The reverse is not true if you're on T-Mobile. There will be better coverage for T-Mobile customers as well as those that switched over from Sprint in due time. Is there a cost I'll have to pay? T-Purchased Mobile's deal said that it wouldn't hike pricing for 3 years, so you won't notice any price rises until 2023. We'll have to wait and see what happens next. How do Sprint customers' bills get paid? You may be sent to T-Mobile if you attempt to pay your Sprint payment. As long as you're logged into T-Mobile's account page, you may use your Sprint login credentials to pay your bill. After clicking the link, you'll be sent to the My Sprint page. What happened to my Sprint schedule? Your Sprint plan has not changed at all. It's up to you whether or not you want to keep adding lines or adjust your pace. You may also go with T-Mobile instead. Because you won't be considered a new T-Mobile subscriber because of the transfer, you won't be eligible for any of the company's perks. In addition, you'll have to clear any outstanding balances on your Sprint phone and Sprint account before you can go further. Is there a T-Mobile or Sprint promotion or benefit I can take advantage of? In the past, both carriers have given their customers streaming services as part of their subscriptions. T-Netflix Mobile's On Us and Sprint's Hulu are 2 examples. For the time being, you are unable to take advantage of the incentives or promotions offered by the other carrier, although this is likely to change in the near future. T-Mobile Tuesdays, the app that delivers freebies and discounts from a variety of partners every Tuesday, is an exception. T-Mobile and Sprint users alike may download the app and take advantage of these perks. Is T-Mobile compatible with Sprint phones? T-Mobile makes use of a GSM network, whereas Sprint relies on a CDMA one. Since Sprint phones have historically not been compatible with other cellular providers, such as AT&T and T-Mobile, with several exceptions. For the time being, that is still the case. Buying a Sprint phone does not guarantee that it will operate on T-Network. Mobiles. If Sprint's coverage is weak in a certain location, you may see roaming privileges expanded. To see whether your phone is compatible with T-Mobile, please visit the T-Mobile website. So that every new phone may use the whole T-Mobile network, T-Mobile claims it is working on a uniform GSM device portfolio in the future. It's best to acquire an unlocked phone that supports GSM and generally comes preloaded with Sprint compatibility. In our best Android phones, best cheap phones and best iPhones recommendations, you'll discover some of our favorites. It's time for 5G. A large portion of Sprint's mid-band wireless spectrum is available for 5G service, which will be quicker than current 4G LTE speeds and able to cover a large area. Millimeter wave is a concern for certain 5G communications since it may pass through barriers. T-Mobile currently owns the spectrum and has begun distributing it in locations like Philadelphia. Customers of T-Mobile and Sprint who have upgraded to a 5G phone will begin to see higher download speeds over time. Don't anticipate a huge increase in speed very soon since this deployment will take years to complete. You'll also need to get a new phone that supports 5G in order to reap the benefits. T-Current Mobile's 5G network will be accessible to Sprint customers using the Samsung Galaxy S20, or S20 Plus and S20 Ultra. OnePlus 7 Pro 5G and LG V50 ThinQ 5G will not be able to connect to any carrier's 5G network since T-Mobile had to shut down Sprint's current network to incorporate it into its own, older Sprint 5G phones like the LG V50 ThinQ 5G. The acquisition's conditions are heavily focused on 5G. T-Mobile had to promise to increase rural coverage with a 5G network that reaches 97% of the U.S. population in 3 years and 99% in 6 years in order to have the merger authorized. T-Mobile had to agree to this. What about Sprint's physical locations? The majority of Sprint shops have undergone a rebranding and magenta paint transformation, officially becoming T-Mobile outlets. In certain areas, you may also be able to get Sprint help by visiting an existing T-Mobile shop. Customers of Sprint and T-Mobile may use this store locator to find a location near them. However, not all businesses are being remodeled. Dish Network will acquire at least hundreds of Sprint's retail outlets. What gives Dish Network? Due to Dish's negotiations, the Justice Department approved to the purchase of T-Mobile. Prepaid business and retail shops have been taken over by T-Mobile as well as Sprint's retail outlets. By purchasing assets from T-Mobile and its consumers, the company was able to increase its subscriber base. So that it may continue to expand its own service, Dish will use T-Network mobiles for 7 years.